Claimed. Dirty Fairy Tales Series. Age Gap Romance Demanding Daddy Book 2. Written by Olivia Fox. Narrated by Thomas Fairfoot. Chapter 1. Aurelia. My thoughts were on penises. It never failed. Harvesting the phallic-shaped gooseneck barnacles always brought male genitalia to mind. There was no denying living out here in the boondocks. I was so deprived of man flesh, the mere suggestion of a penis got me fixated. I was amped up just thinking about seeing my very first erection in real life. Human erection, that was. Not the kind that hung dangling from a rock over sea spray. Damn it. While daydreaming about hard-ons, as per usual, I dropped my cat's paw into the swirling surf of the tide pools below. Now it was stuck between two rocks, and I'd have to swim for it. I folded my clothes and slid into the Pacific, whose waters were colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra. No way was the tide taking out my best tool for harvesting shellfish. I'd warm up next to the fire inside in a bit. Nice save, Aurelia. I patted myself on the back, throwing a hand, holding the claw over a boulder ridge and heaving myself to the top. Yep, it was butt-arsed cold. I made a futile attempt to get dressed in my drenched state, but the clothes just stuck to my body like barnacle kisses. So I pulled on my rubber boots and lowered myself onto the black gravel sand after skittering across the slippery waterside rocks. The nippy wind off the Pacific tossed my hair and shoved its way through the tunnel of my naked lady bits, cooling down the fiery pounding that a freaking arthropod had instigated. This was pathetic. I was going to have to do something about the fact that I had bumping and grinding on the brain at the drop of a hat. Maybe Amazon Prime delivered hot men by now. I could lose my virginity in 2 days' time. The tide had come in, and I dumped my bucket of barnacles into the styrofoam cooler and filled it just to the brim. I'd keep a handful to myself for dinner tonight, simmering them in butter, sherry, and shallots. Though gooseneck barnacles looked like oddly shaped male organs, shriveled and grey, they tasted like angel kisses when simmered in sherry, shallots, cream, and butter. The fog on the ocean shore and the lighting it cast on the rocks looked other-planetary. The kelp-covered boulders at low tide slumbered like sea creatures that might come to life at any moment. Did they breathe? Their sides rising and falling with the intake of air. I heard my aunts chastising. "Don't be such a chowderhead, Aurelia. Of course boulders can't come to life." Even here, on the shores of nowhere, voices from the past wrapped themselves around my mind like floating ribbons of seaweed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?